Right then, Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Future classic, modern classic. Where does this car sit? Well, I tell you where it sits. It sits at a very attractive price point. This vehicle is $34,995. That is a lot of badge, a lot of noise and a lot of fun and a lot of prestige for not a lot of money. What's the catch? Is there one? Let's find out.
The winner is Car Right!
Right, Aston Martin V8 Vantage, and what a day to be driving this car on with the roof off. My God, am I enjoying my job today? Well, just to try and give you a bit of an insight as to what that would feel like for you as a customer. God, that feels pretty good in truth. Now, where do you start with a V8 Vantage? Well, I think the first place you need to start is with that V8, and my God, what a good sounding car this is. 4.3 litre V8 producing 380 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds with a top speed of 174 miles an hour. So certainly not a slouch and something you can definitely enjoy. And how much can you enjoy it? Well, let's quickly find out. A couple of downshifts into second gear. Wow. That is a quick car, and my God, does it have the soundtrack to match. Oh, that's so Moorish. It's like cocaine, but without any negative side effect at all. Maybe on your fuel bill, but are you buying one of these to worry about your fuel bill? If you are, it's definitely the wrong car for you, but why would you bother? You wouldn't. Smiles per gallon, as they say, and my God, am I smiling from ear to ear. This is absolutely beautiful. Oh, that is a phenomenal vehicle, that is. And the vehicle itself, actually, the styling for an 08 registered car, it is beautiful. Timeless and elegant is the only way you can describe one of these V8 Vantages. For the whole eternity of time going forward, this vehicle will still look absolutely beautiful. Aston Martin have absolutely nailed the styling. The colour contrast on this vehicle, I think, is what actually sets it apart. Goodwood Green is the paint code for this colour. Very similar to British Racing Green, just a little bit darker, obviously. I'm a really, really big fan of. Westminster Hood is well on the roof, so a bit of a different green as well. But the colour contrast with the sandstorm leather interior that I touch on in a moment, I think it's probably one of the best colour combinations you can have this vehicle in. The 19-inch 7-spoke diamond cut wheels that are really nice optional extra on this vehicle just make it look really sleek and modern and aggressive. Really big fan with the grey calipers behind that as well. Just sets this car apart and sets the standard really nicely. Back to the interior, it's a contemporary leather sandstorm seats. They are electric and heated. I'm making full use of the heated seats with the heaters on full. And I tell you what, with a nice coat on like today, because it is still February, it's about 11 degrees, but I'm nice and toasty, and it's almost like being in a jacuzzi, really. Got my hair's a little bit cold, but the rest of me's really, really nice and warm, and my God, am I enjoying this drive. Interior features for themselves. I mean, the Brazilian rosewood fascia that runs right through the centre dash, I think, is stunning. Again, just fits the colour contrast really nicely on this car as we just overtake something here. So, bit of an excuse there to... Oh, I'd never get bored of that. Sorry, back to the interior. I mean, we could just do the whole video of that, and I think that would suffice, but I do need to touch on the interior for this car at some point. Navigation system installed, and you've got proper Bluetooth pairing to your phone as well. All your other creature comforts you'd expect with air conditioning and xenon lights. But everything, the touch, fit and finish on this vehicle is absolutely sublime. Everything is beautifully well made with a really stunning ivory headlining as well. So very soft to touch, feels very luxurious, very Aston Martin. I mean, the vehicle itself is, for $34,995, it is a, wow, it's a ton of, it's unbelievable really, value for money. I couldn't even speak, to be honest, because it's $34,995. When people have asked about this car in the showroom, we tell them it's $34,995, they think, what's wrong with it? Because you're driving an Aston Martin for £35,000. I mean, if you were to go and buy a Golf GTI from new, you'd have to go and add another $6-7 grand on top of that just to get one of those, and it's unbelievable value for money, in my opinion. What a car, what a lot of badge, and I'd struggle to think of a better car now for a beer road like this that I could enjoy the drive of, because it just wants you to just cruise with it a little bit. Yes, you can put your foot down and go to town on it, and it does deliver on that instance as well, but just to have the V8 just burbling and crackling in the background, and I think that's what it's designed for. It's such a perfect GT cruiser, and it is a little bit heavy, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that's a bad thing, because it's not designed for lap times. It's designed for this, for a nice little quaint village we're in now, just to hold the revs probably a bit higher than we should normally, but just to get just that noise right bouncing off all of the cute, quaint towns and villages we've got in Wiltshire, and certainly where I live just outside of Bristol. This would be the perfect car down through the Mendips and Cheddar. It would be absolutely beautiful and elegant to drive through, and I think that's what it is. If you were to go to the south of France, this would be the car, because it has the looks, it's got the noise, but it's so comfortable, and there's actually quite a big boot in the back as well, which is pretty rare in truth, and I couldn't think of much of a better car to do a nice road trip in, because you wouldn't get out of doing a couple hundred miles up to the NCE 500 and be absolutely shattered. You'd pretty much be quite relaxed, really, in truth, because these seats are beautifully comfortable. They are, and I'm absolutely smitten with this car, and if you are considering one, I highly suggest you test drive it, because you won't be disappointed. And I think for a day like today, I would really struggle to think of a better car just to go on a bit more of a leisurely gentleman's cruise than this. On that note, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. So that's it for a good wrap up of the V8 Vantage. I've really enjoyed spending some time with this vehicle. Such a fabulous car, obviously to look at. It is stunning, such a timeless and elegant design. That V8 has got an amazing tone to it, such a free high revving engine, such good fun on a beer road, but certainly if you just want the perfect weekend cruiser, I think this has to be a contender. What a lot of car, what a lot of badge, and not a lot of money if you really think about it. When people come to the showroom and they ask us how much this is, and we tell them it's 35 grand, they cannot believe it. So that just goes to show how much weight this badge, this car still holds. On that note, hope you enjoyed watching.